Welcome to Sportlink TV, and for race number 6 of the Sportlink Grand Prix Series for 2024, we're back to Dereham and the Nethard High School, which is where we're here for the Dereham Runners 10-miler this morning, our second 10-mile race of the season, and very different to the one we had at Dereham back in January. The weather is really hotting up. The Grand Prix Series is going to really start hotting up over the next couple of weeks. We've got the bulk of the spring marathons out of the way now, so a lot of the runners who've had their eyes on those are going to be returning to shorter distances. They've got those out of their legs, and the competition for places in the Grand Prix standings will really hot up over this race and our next one, of course, the North Norfolk Beach Runners Holt 10K at the end of May on the Sunday of the next bank holiday weekend. As far as I'm aware, entry's still open for that one if you want to get in for that race in 2 weeks' time from where we are today. But we are in Dereham today. Let's get down to Race HQ and find out how the build-up is going with the Dereham Runners Athletics Club. Well, things starting to busy up in here. John Burton's the race director from Dereham Runners. I guess the organisation of a race like this that's been going for as many years as it has, it's a bit of a well-oiled machine that just clicks into place, isn't it?
It falls into place. We've got some superb members who just know what they're doing. So I'm just wandering about, I leave the work to them. And they do the club credit for doing that as well. So I've got to say a big thank you to the members.
That's just called good management, I think.
I'll take that.
Tell us a little bit about the race. I say it's a race that's been going for years. Some people might not be familiar with the course. What's it like out there?
It's we've had a couple of members already been around the course, around the whole course this morning. It's clear. It's obviously going to be a warm day. There's no doubt about that. I mean, if it was like the last couple of days, it's going to be hot, in fact. So we've catered for that with extra water out on the stations. We've got 3 water stations. Runners just need to be sensible as well. Sun cream, and hydration. That's the key.
Well, getting ready for this one today, I'm with one of the runners from Wyndham Athletics Club, Yitzhak Benaroya. Good morning, Yitzhak.
Good morning.
I just overheard you talking to someone there. It's been a while since you did a 10-mile race. So are you looking forward to this?
Yes, maybe. I haven't done it for so many years. I'm a 10K runner, so we see how it goes.
I mean, a skill set is, the way I'm approaching this today is just add a little bit onto my 10K pace and hope I can maintain. Is that about the same as you?
It's about maintaining the pace. Start too fast, never finish. Very cautious.
So it's just about measured and quality of what you're doing,
yes,
and not overdoing it?
No, absolutely not. Not in my age.
Well, getting ahead to this one now, not too far from the start, but down on the Sportlink stand today, Sportlink's very own Pete Johnson. Morning, Pete.
Good morning.
You got a bit of history with this race, I understand?
I probably started running this in the late 90s, and it's always been scorching like this, except for one day when it rained all the while. When we got to Elsing, there was a tree across the road, so we wanted to clamber over that as well. It's a good fast course. Can be a bit warm, so we're all going to hydrate well, and a nice long finish. When you get to the football ground, there's a deceptively long way to the finish line. You can't even see the finish then. So that's where you put your push in, and good luck to everybody.
Tell me about your work at Sportlink as well. How do you find it being there, giving sort of advice and guidance to people coming in, maybe for getting their first ever pair of running shoes?
It's great. It's a sport that I love, and I talk to people about it all day long and sell them things. What could I do wrong?
I always say when people try to run away from this video camera, try and get a runner to not talk about running. It's pretty difficult, isn't it?
It's difficult, yeah. That's all we want to talk about when we're in the shop, so yeah, good.
Nice one, Pete. Thank you very much. We better get down to the start line then. Well done. Well, some runs are fun, some runs are hard work, and some runs are just hell on earth. That was the last one. Dereham 10 miler, about 5 minutes off what I was hoping for, and I wouldn't be surprised if everyone else is the same. Let's catch up with some finishers. Well, as some of the later finishers continue to cross the line here, I'm here with a couple of Norfolk Gazelles who well, let's find out if you had an enjoyable race today. Sorry, what was your name, please?
Marianne.
And
Heather.
And Heather, how did it go for you today? Did you enjoy yourselves?
I did, yeah. It was a good race. I did Milton Keynes Marathon on Monday, so I'm still recovering from that.
So today was just getting your legs moving, I'd
Just
imagine.
getting round, yeah. Yeah. Literally.
It's quite exposed out there, wasn't it? Really, really warm today.
Yeah, the sun was a real contender. You know, I carried water with me, so I was okay, but you can feel it.
More for today's finishers. With me now from Runners Next to Sea.
Runners Next to
Anna,
Sea.
Kirsty and Kerry.
Yeah.
Yes, got it right this time. Well, how did the race go for you today?
Not as planned. Too warm. Yeah, but I love this distance. It's a local run. We love to support Dereham runners, and every year it's really well organised. And just teamwork, supporting one another. So coming back next year, of course, again.
A good bunch of you here today. Were you running together?
Yeah,
how did it go
they
for you?
I ran with Kerry today. We're a good
She
team.
was brilliant.
We're a
She
good
was
team.
brilliant. She kept me going on those hills and the heat. She was really good. But yeah, there's probably about
There's nine
of us here today. So yeah, we're all and everybody waits and supports to the last runner goes through, which is really, really nice.
It was pretty unforgiving out there. You needed that help, didn't you?
Definitely, that heat was something today, and some of those hills I didn't know were going to be there. This is my first year running it, but it was a really, really lovely route.
Well, fresh from his prize giving, although he didn't bring the silverware out with him. Second place today for Neil Adams, and I mean, second place to an international standard athlete. You'd probably take that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, when I saw it was Joe up ahead, I think it's almost counts as first, doesn't it? With Joe, we've been international, but yeah, it went probably, I don't know, better than I thought it could in the conditions. It was very hot. Even found the first 3 miles a bit of a struggle, which is sort of quite flat and downhill, but we had a bit of a headwind and the sun in our faces. So
We are just 2 weeks though off Holt, the club race for you at Norfolk Beach Runners. What can you tell us about that one? Because it's coming up fast.
yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm going to be running that myself. I'm going to sort of help out behind the scenes a little bit, but Rebecca Morn and David Dorber are in charge again, race directors as they have been the last few years. They put on a brilliant race there, and it's such a good course.
Well, here, fresh from the prize giving again with the winner of the women's category, Samantha Jeffries. Congratulations. How tough did you find it out there today? Because a lot of us found it very tough.
Yeah, very hot, very undulating, but thankfully I had a good little group that I was running with, taking it in turns, obviously up the front, so kept me engaged, kept me involved, which was nice. But no, it was very good.
Yeah, you were just telling me you'd not raced in a while, so nice to get a win.
Yeah, a year and a half or so since I've raced competitively. So yeah, nice to come back. I was using it as a benchmark really. But yeah, Brucey bonus to come away with a win, and it being the counties as well. Brucey bonus.
Well, that's it for the Dereham 10 miler then. An absolutely beautiful day now, even though it felt absolutely hellish earlier on. Well done to everybody who finished the race today, and thank you to Dereham Runners Athletics Club for putting on a fantastic event. We'll be back here in the town again for the Dereham Town Centre 5K later in the summer, the second race hosted by this club in the Sportlink Grand Prix Series. Our next race in a couple of weeks' time after this one is going to be the Holt 10K, as we mentioned with Neil earlier, so do join us for that one. I think entries are still open, and if you can get to the start line, but we'll be covering it on the channel on Sportlink TV as always. Yes, if you've liked what you're watching, like the video, subscribe to Sportlink TV and hit that last lap bell to stay up to date on everything we're doing on the channel, not just the race coverage, but coverage of brand days we're running at Sportlink, as well as reviews of the latest gear that's coming into the shop. All the latest brands coming in all the time, and don't forget there's the website as well, so if you want to pick up your new pair of running shoes, get online and find out what they've got. It's a great independent running shop just outside Norwich, run by runners for runners. Thanks so much for joining us. Yep, 2 weeks time to the next one, Holt 10K, and don't forget, perfect pace makes the perfect race.